I wanted just to quickly, we are going to talk about the world soon, but just before we do that, I want to just talk about a little bit about the European scene. Something happened in the last couple of years, not sure if you're aware. So if you could share it with us a little bit about, how the European scene is looking post-pandemic, and what are the major tournaments at the moment in the scene? What are the organisers working towards in Europe at the moment, just to give some of our international viewers a little bit of a lay of the land over there.
All right. So it's basically centered around 3 major tournaments each year, and it's supposed to be a European Championship every third. So it's supposed to be like Worlds, 1 year of rest, and then European. But now we haven't had that for a while. But on a regular year, you would have Swedish nationals, Finnish nationals, German nationals, which would be the 3 biggest one. Maybe not the most competitive. Like that might be some other. And then most sites would have like 1 tournament. Like Slanish has 1 in Borås. It would have 1 in Gothenburg, and usually there would be 1 in Stockholm, but they're stuck on the Nexus Gen 1, so that won't happen for a while. And Tampere, where Legacy, you played Legacy, right? Their home arena, they would have 1. And that's the layout. So what has happened after COVID is that some sites are closed. Also, we lost some really good member sites. In Finland, we lost 1 in Rovaniemi, that's just on the Arctic Circle. They used to have a Arctic Circle tournament, so either it was night all the time when you were there, or it was daylight all the time when you were there. It was quite interesting. And Watch Dogs, a very good German team, their home arena got closed down. So there has been a change. And before Corona, Finnish nationals was like 24 teams, and now it's 13. Last year, I don't remember how many it was. It was 16 something. Now it's in a very remote location, so I suppose that plays in a little bit. Germany they had a league going and stuff. I'm not sure what the state is on that right now. Sweden, we have sort of benefited from COVID because we had no lockdowns, in difference from the rest of Europe. So we just kept playing like nothing happened. We had a few local tournaments and stuff. So we have few teams from the start. So now we have maybe 4 or 5 teams, something, instead of like 3 as it was before. France, I'm not really sure. They have their own league that is close to outsiders. It's not really close. We could actually in theory play it, but nobody does because the requirements are too high. So I'm not sure how their situation is. So I would say, as it looks, Finland has taken the biggest hit because there are 10 teams short of how it used to be. We're going there on Thursday to play the Nats. Germany is their league, I don't know. Nationals, same amount. Sweden, more teams. So that's how I would rate it.
That's so interesting that you didn't have the lockdowns in Sweden. Things have grown. It just is a testament to it has nothing to do with the sport. Like we've got our family and people love playing it. It's purely circumstantial. So it gives me great confidence that we can build out back up again. Yes, and what about in terms of organisers in Europe? Have you managed to maintain a lot of the sort of, I've got kind of call them figureheads, people like yourself who do a lot of the organising of things in the local communities? Have we managed to retain those people?
Yeah, Germany is very strong right now on the organisation front. Yeah. Their nationals is like really well organised, and they have players who are. They have volunteers that used to be players that now are volunteers, or players playing in like maybe lower ranked teams that are doing the work, and that is the best recipe, right? You have the same in Australia with a lot of players who have been top tier players, but now play in mid or lower tier, and they can put more energy in getting the tournament like really good, and they have authority, but they are not competing for the title, which is never a good combo. Like people with authority with the possibility of actually winning, that is not a good thing.
Mm.
In Sweden, it's usually me and Slanesh. You met Slanesh, right? He was Peter.
Yeah.
He's oh yeah.
I call him Swedish
Yes.
Beepy. We have a player in Australia called Beepy that I played with, and like he's just a Swedish version of him essentially. So yeah, and Beepy's a good friend of mine. So you know, we got along very well.
That's cool. So we would run like Swedish nationals. He's running the tournament, and I run the grids and the schedules, and I'm the head ref. And we would have a few volunteers that would help out, like players coming back, like older players doing maybe commentary or similar. In Finland, it's more complicated. They have a lot of know-how, but they're having some troubles getting it together for the Nats. They have had a lot of fantastic tournaments over there. And I think they are setting up like a new organization. They have like a council that runs, in difference from Germany and Sweden, where it's just people who usually do it, like they will do it or make their own small group and just make it happen. In Finland, they have the council, and they have some change of guards now, I think. So I have high hopes for Finland, because it is the center of laser tag in Europe. So we want the Finnish Nats to be like that, should be the best Nats. And the guy who's in charge of zone there, they have like an agent who has Finland. Tapio, he's really like committed. He really helps out. He really is very supportive of the sport.